Welcome to Lenovo Work Reborn Live. We're here in London today. How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
Yes, and excited to be part of this podcast.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
Yes, my name is Shraddha Pandya. I'm working as a senior security specialist in DNV. It is a Norwegian company, and it has just recently completed 160 years. And I feel like I'm proud to be part of that organization.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to learn more from here and to adapt in my company.
Yes. So we recently did a report. It's called the Lenovo Work Reborn Research Report. We interviewed over 600 senior IT leaders on topics regarding workplace transformation, generative AI, change management. I'm sure all these things that you've been hearing at the keynotes throughout this conversation. And we had a lot of interesting insights. We can provide that report to you later, but let's learn about a couple of them here and have a discussion about them now. Sound good?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, so from our report, our research says that lack of skills training can slow down transformation. So, how can organizations better prepare employees to thrive in AI powered workplaces?
Yes, I think it's very important to have motivation to change, motivation to get adapt with the new things, and that comes from the leadership. And it's also providing the resources, budget, financial support. I think these all factors work together, and then the things will get work around. So I think it's very important that there should be kind of a passion and motivation to encourage people to get better and to change with the world. I think change is constant and that you need to adapt with. So it takes time. It's not one day job or one day dream to get complete. It's a journey. It's not a destination. So when you will get new skill, new training, then new things will arrive. Then you have to adapt that thing. And I think it's a journey, and then you have to be a good rider in this journey. But it's also important that you have to make a team. Teamwork is very important. And if you will ask to one person to be an expert of everything, that is not possible.
Right.
So I think it's very important to have a teamwork and shared responsibilities, trust, caring for the employees that they feel valuable, and giving opportunities to get learning as kind of their journey.
Right.
So I think it's very important.
That is important. I love this concept of the journey. I've heard a few people talk about that today. We've heard change is constant, it's a journey. But you're the first person to mention that you also have to be patient. I think going on a journey requires patience. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yes, I think passion is the one more important thing when
Yeah.
it comes to the adapting new things. As I mentioned, it's not a one-day job, so and it's never-ending story. So it's when you will walk on the road, you see it. Okay, this is the one you can see. You cannot see the 10 kilometers ahead. You can see first 2 kilometers, 500 meters, and as as long as you will be there, then you will see the next path, next road. So I think just go by the walk, and then you will find your destination. So
Yes.
that's how it works.
Fantastic. So we have another question here. We have done, in our research, we found that continuous compliance and security are listed as key outcomes of our research. So how important is it to integrate security into transformation from the start
Yes.
before we even go on the journey?
Yes, of course, it's very important because now we have a concept security by design. If you are a software developing a product or application, you have to think first security. When you will start security as a planning phase, then the product will be secure and more efficient and sustainable. When you will be in the testing phase or in maintenance, then you will, okay, there is a bug, and then you will have to go to again with the planning stage. So I think it's very important that you will go with security by design concept and make it as a normal habit. It's very important because in today's world, security is very important. Even in your private life, it's not just developing a product or a software. You have to think about the 360 degree of whatever you are doing. And nowadays there are many different compliance laws, and if you will not comply with the standards, I think you are no longer in the market.
Right.
You have to attract the customers with all this certification and comply with the national regulations.
It's like going on a journey but not bringing your passport or going through airport security. Like, how do you think that's actually going to turn out?
Yes,
Not
exactly.
very well, right?
Exactly.
So it's important to consider security, compliance, all of these laws, become
Yes.
educated on them, and like you said, integrate that in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
it's very important for a company to be sustainable, to be grow. Yeah.
Can you speak to that a little bit about the sustainability?
Yes, sustainable means like you can go longer
Yes.
with the same thing without much changes, and you also have to adapt changes. When I think about sustainability, I feel like carbon free and all this stuff,
Yeah.
but it's a big topic.
I think it's interesting though because you're right. There is the environmental or global footprint impact
Yeah,
of
yeah.
sustainability, but also on the other end is what you mentioned is the life cycle, the length, the vitality of that product. That's
Yeah.
another way for
Yeah.
sustainability
Yes,
to occur. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, great. So we're wrapping up our interview here. I have one final question for you.
Yes, thank you.
Lenovo's Work Reborn research says that 97% of organizations, that's 97% of organizations know they have to transform. They must transform their workplace. But over 60% haven't started yet. Why do you think so many organizations are stuck in the planning phase?
I think it's lack of knowledge, lack of resources, lack of finance, lack of awareness. I think all mixed together. And you don't know where to start from. Maybe you have everything, but you don't know where to start from. Is this the right step to take as a first step? And sometimes you're stuck in between. So I think it's very difficult when you are in a leadership position and you ask to get the change. It's not easy.
Right.
And you also need to be aware what's going on around in a geopolitical way, in a compliance,
Right.
and there are many different regulations that may put you in a middle, and you can't go ahead. So that would be the first problem in my view. And also it's more on the motivation to be able to change, because not all companies are capable but not motivating
Right.
to change, because when you change there will be so many pushback from the employees, from the technology, or many different ways. I think it's very important to look ahead and change with the world. If you will not change, then you will not survive in today's competitive market. So yeah, but I think this is the overall my message, that that could be the factor that people are not, companies are not able to change in a way that they should be.
Well, you heard it here first. If you will not change, you will not survive. So they better start get out of that planning phase soon, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me
Yes,
today for
yes.
Lenovo Work Reborn Live. If anyone is interested in learning more about the report, make sure you check it out in the description below and subscribe to hear more insightful conversations about how we're bringing new life to the modern workplace. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.